Greetings and welcome to episode 4 of Summer Alchemy. This episode is all about the upcoming solar eclipse that so many people are excited about that's taking place tomorrow, Monday, August the 21st, 2017. And I'm here to talk to you about it. But before I do, I wanted to give you a heads up that in a couple of days, I will have a brand new audio lesson available called Everyone's a Virgo, Including You. And we're still actually in Leo season. We will enter into Virgo season in a few days. And I find that most people only know like their sun sign, like if you are Leo or Taurus or Virgo, whatever. And we tend to fail to cultivate all of the other zodiac signs that are within us. So your sun may be in a particular sign, but you carry all 12 signs within your chart. And so as we go into each new season, I will do an audio on how to cultivate that part of your chart. So Everyone's a Virgo, Including You will be the first one. And it's not because I'm a Virgo sun sign. I'm just, that's my birthday gift to you. But we all need to know how to cultivate all of those parts of ourselves. And so Everyone's a Virgo, Including You will show you how to utilize the energy of Virgo and bust some of the myths about that sign, and show you how you can utilize that energy within your own life, and actually know where to find it in your particular chart. So you'll know where that Virgo energy shows up for you, even if you're not technically a Virgo sun sign. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this solar eclipse, y'all. The solar eclipse. So many people are talking about it, right? Everything right now is all about buying your glasses so you can look at the sun safely and see it. It's about, people are planning to take their families to places where they can get a good glimpse at this solar eclipse. And, but I want to make a really important point here. The solar eclipse, just like the lunar eclipse that we had 2 weeks ago, is hugely important. It is a very important event that is taking place universally for us. But it's an event, just like a wedding, just like a birthday party, just like any other event that marks either a milestone or marks a gateway into a new reality or into a new level. And so while we are getting excited about the actual event of the eclipse and actually seeing the moment that that the moon eclipses the sun, and being able to see this event, it really is just an event, and we have to remind ourselves of that. It's not so much about the moment that it happens. Just like a marriage isn't so much about just the wedding day, or your life is so much just about your birthday. It just marks a moment. Solar eclipses tend to introduce us into a new gateway, into a new opportunity. It brings with it new opportunities. It helps us to see things that maybe we have not seen before. Right? Because the sun, when you think about it, the sun is bright, it's hot, it shines as light on things that we can't see in the dark. So when the moon clouds the sun or blocks the light of the sun, is actually a time for us to really see some of the things that we may have been not able to see before, or we have neglected, or that we need to be aware of. Also, solar eclipses are a great time to set intentions, because just like if you follow moon cycles, new moons are typically the time where people set intentions for what they want to see during the full moon. So the new moon is happening tomorrow with this solar eclipse. It's a new moon. So it's a time for new opportunities, to set new intentions and new goals. But it's bigger than just a regular new moon. We're actually setting goals and intentions that we want to see in our lives over the next 6 months. That's what an eclipse can do. So it takes the energy of a new moon and puts it on 10, basically. So after that moment has passed, after the sun is eclipsed for 3 or 4 minutes or however long it's supposed to be eclipsed, and you take your glasses off, you're like, ooh, that was so awesome to see. Then what? Then what? You know? So it's about the intention that we bring to that moment. It's about the things that we want to accomplish or see or experience in our lives over the next few months. It's about new beginnings and new opportunities that you may not see this week, but you may see next month or 3 months from now, 4 months from now. And so that's really important for us to understand, that while we get excited over this event, that we also realize that it's so much bigger than that moment. It's about the intention that we bring to that moment. It's about the work that we do after the moment has passed. Okay, because if we're opening ourselves up to a new kind of gateway, into a new level in our lives, then what work needs to take place after that moment in order to ensure that we see the opportunities and get the opportunities that we set our intentions for. So again, it's just like, a wedding. It's all cute. You got your wedding dress, you got your flower girls, you got your hair done, you got your nails done, and all that kind of stuff for the one day. But do you have the tools that's necessary to maintain your marriage? Do you have good communication skills? How do you feel about your in-laws? So it's like all of these other things that are just as important, or more important actually, than the moment itself. The moment itself only marks the moment that a shift happens. During the eclipse, it's very important that we take time for solitude, because in order to set good intentions, you need to be quiet, listen to your spirit, pray, meditate, do what you need to do to see what do you need to do over the next 6 months of your life. And I keep saying 6 months because a lot of people don't realize that an eclipse happens every 6 months. We had an eclipse, a solar and a lunar eclipse back in February 2017, and we'll have another set of eclipses 6 months from now. So it's only a big deal right now for a lot of people because it's the first time that they're seeing it in their area. So wherever you are on planet Earth, sometimes you can't see the eclipse, but it happens, which is another really important point, right? Because, we make a big deal about things when we can see it. It's like, ooh, it's happening. I'm gonna go stand outside and look. And I encourage everybody to stand outside and look. I'm not discouraging that. But, we don't realize that this same event happened 6 months ago and will happen again 6 months from now. But because we didn't see it with our eyes, perhaps we didn't do what was necessary during those times. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is that during this coming eclipse, it's important that we take time to really, really rest. We take time to really go within to set really good intentions. That we keep our eyes open for opportunities that come our way. I find that a lot of times our prayers are answered really quietly, right? If you think about when your prayers have been answered, when an opportunity came, sometimes you didn't even realize that your prayer was answered until days later. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't, it's like, wow, that happened. I asked for that and it happened. And I'm just now realizing that it happened because it kind of came to you in such a seamless, easy, smooth kind of way that, you may have overlooked it. So we have to be mindful of that we don't overlook any opportunities that may come our way. If you see me looking up, it's because I have some notes here and I want to make sure that I'm not skipping anything important. But so this time during the solar eclipse, we have to be aware of opportunities that may come our way, and it may not come tomorrow, or during the actual eclipse. It may not even happen this in a week's time. It may be a month from now. You may set an intention right now for something you want to see, experience, have, do in your life that you may not realize for another month or two. It may be October, or December before you really see it. And by then you're not thinking about the event of the eclipse. That may have been long gone from your mind. And so we have to be aware of different opportunities that are coming our way, and be prepared to take advantage of them, because sometimes we'll ask for things, and then when it comes, we miss it, and so we don't take advantage of the opportunities. Solar eclipses are also times of great empowerment, like things that you thought you couldn't do, things that you thought, I want to do, but I don't know if I'm good enough, or I'm scared, I don't know how to do it, I don't know if I can. Solar eclipses are the time to make that happen. We get superhuman strength sometimes, like that boldness that comes with the sun. That boldness that comes with Leo. Again, this solar eclipse is happening in the sign of Leo. I'm actually personally calling this solar eclipse Leo's last Big Bang because the very next day after the eclipse, I believe that's when we actually go into Virgo season. So it's like Leo's last Big Bang of 2017 to say, hey, shine. It's time for you to shine. Like, stop putting your light out. Stop being afraid of how of your own power and your own gifts and your own talents and your own skills, or stop discrediting yourself or underestimating yourself. It's like Leo saying, like, this is it. Not only is it the last day of Leo, but it's the eclipse. Like, I want you to know how powerful you are. And if you, I encourage you to go back and look at the other episodes and rewatch those other episodes of Summer Alchemy, because a lot of those episodes I talk about Leo season. One of the things that I really value, and I'm not a Leo, like my son is not in the sign of Leo, but again, like I said earlier, Leo is in my chart. As it is in all of our charts. One of the things I love about Leo season, and even Leo people, is that the season reminds us all to shine. The season reminds us all, no matter whether you're extroverted, introverted, whatever, it reminds us all that we all have unique, special, wonderful gifts. It reminds us all that we are all divine, and that we're worthy to shine. And I really appreciated that energy this season, because personally, it just reminded me to trust myself and believe in myself and know my own worth. So I hope that that you were able to do the same. That is what this eclipse is doing in the sign of Leo. It's an eclipse, a new moon in the sign of Leo, meaning set new intentions, get empowered in a way that you may have never thought was possible for you. Like, even things that you believe could hold you back forever and ever, and you could never overcome this challenge, you could never do this big and great thing. This solar eclipse is saying, yes, you can. And this solar eclipse is giving you the power to do so. So I encourage you that as we celebrate this eclipse and we're watching it and we're seeing it on the news, we've got our glasses on and all that kind of stuff, that's wonderful. But I'm really sensing that many of us need to actually journal during this time too, because we will forget the intentions that we set this time of year. We'll forget that we said, oh, I'm gonna do this big thing, or I believe that I am special, or I believe I'm worthy. And then by September, October, we're on to something else and we have forgotten all about it. So I encourage us to not only celebrate the event, but to journal our intentions and to journal and write down the progress of that. So what else I want to talk about? So, okay, so that was that. With again, and let me just touch on this too. Leo is all about passion and creativity and love. So this solar eclipse is also reminding us to do what we love, and not just from a feely place of love, but from a heart-centered place of love. What do we truly love to do? Who do we truly love to be around? What do we truly love about ourselves? And then we should create from that space, so that's what this time of year is asking us to do. So I think that's pretty much it. I've been talking for a while. I just want everyone to know that it's really this is a momentous event. And if we even look at some of the things that are going on around us globally, politically, we can be very, if we're not careful, we can be discouraged by a lot of the upheaval that's going on in the world, a lot of the discouraging things that are happening politically, because with every great universal energy, there's always those two polarities. There's a lot of things that's going on that have an unfavorable impact, and there's a lot of things that are going on, if we pay attention, that are good and beneficial. And so we want to make sure, this is really important, that during this time we use our energy wisely. We have the energy of the solar eclipse. We have the energy of Mercury retrograde, which basically is asking us to slow down in some ways and reflect and make sure that what we're saying, what we're doing, where we're going, who we're around, the money that we spend, is that really what we want to do? Okay, so Mercury retrograde is only a bad thing if you don't understand the energy. So we have all of these things going on, and there's some other planets that are retrograde right now. And so it's really important that we use our energy wisely. All of us are immensely powerful all the time. And I would even venture to say that right now, we are all very, very, very powerful because we're all talking about things. We're all talking about the eclipse. So many people are talking about all of the negative things that are going on. So because anytime a lot of people are talking about a particular thing, and there's a lot of momentum around it, whether it's good or bad, we empower that thing, that person, or that energy. Okay. So because there's so much that's happening right now that we're all talking about, that means we're all consciously engaging our energy in a certain way right now. Because of that, it's so important that we all use our energy wisely. We say, okay, this solar eclipse is happening, is nice to look at, but how can I use that energy to create things and circumstances that will benefit me and those around me? So rather than just looking at it and talking about it, how do we use this energy to create in a way that we want to create? That's what alchemy is all about. It's all about transformation. Alchemy really isn't just about talking and looking. Alchemy is we use the word like a noun, but it could be a verb. It's action that is taking place either inwardly or outwardly to transform one condition into another. So how are we alchemizing the energy of right now? How are you, ask yourself, how am I alchemizing the energy of right now? Okay, so that is pretty much it. I will leave you there because I'm trying not to make these summer alchemies that long. Summer alchemy is supposed to be like real kind of lightweight and everything, but it's been a lot going on. It's been a lot of energy going on too. So The audio, Everyone's a Virgo, including you, will come out, will be available in a few days. Actually, will be available once we go into Virgo season. So it'll be available in the next couple of days. And it will help us all, whether your sun is Virgo or whether you're whatever, you got Virgo somewhere in your chart. So it will help us all with that Virgo energy. All of those things that we say are typically Virgo, whether it deals with your daily rituals, your daily habits, your headspace, mental, the things that you think about, and do you allow the things that you think about to become worries? So much. Each of the signs have so much energy within them, and if we utilize it properly, we'll magnetize that part of our lives. So that will be available in the next couple of days. And I have some other stuff. Coming. I was gonna show it to you in this video, but I think I'm gonna wait. I think I'm gonna wait until the Everyone's a Virgo audio is available, and I will show you the other stuff. But let me tell you, it's powerful. It's powerful. It's something that some things I've been creating through the Sapphire Apothecary. I had a business several years ago, maybe a decade ago. And those of you who've known me for any length of time, you will remember Sapphire. It was actually kind of popular, so I'm bringing it back. And I have two things that will be available through the Sapphire Apothecary later on this week, and I'm really excited about it. So I'll do a video about that later on, like showing you some of the goodies and how to use it. So look forward to that. I look forward to talking with you again, and happy solar eclipse. Peace and love.